In a recent conversation with Feng Shui master Joey Yap, he mentioned the phenomenon of yin houses, and that really got us curious.
Exactly, because yin houses are actually burial grounds or tombs, and yin house Feng Shui is a study of selecting a proper burial spot based on the elements and eventually how this can affect your lineage.
And to help us understand it better, one of our reporters went on a trip to Taiwan with Yap to show us how the effects of the land formations of burial places of politicians and famous figures brought changes for their descendants.
Interesting topic. Take a look at this.
Do you know what yin houses are? In Feng Shui, yin houses represent tombs and burial places. And it is believed to be important to study the land formations of our ancestral yin houses, as it may affect the future generations. Recently, Joey Yap, renowned Feng Shui consultant, had an excursion trip to Taiwan. This was one of the first excursion trips to Taiwan after numerous similar trips to China since 2004. The trip brought along 40 of his students from around the world to study the effects of the land formations of burial places of politicians and famous figures towards their descendants. The very first destination of the excursion trip was to Taiwan's first residence since its independence, Chiang Kai-shek's tomb in Taoyuan County, where Serhu Mausoleum lies. Chiang Kai-shek died in 1975 and was entombed here, surrounded by various panoramic landforms like lakes and mountains, which was one of his favorite residences during his lifetime.
We know that the area where Chiang Kai-shek's memorial is actually his old home. He calls it a temporary home because he wanted to move back to China. Now, after he passes on, they made one of those, they selected a location there to be his memorial, to be his tomb. So the area that he selected, that perhaps, out of convenience at that time or because of a temporary basis, is located at a corner where it is not on a mountain, not backed by the mountain energy, as well as it's not embraced by the mountain and water formation. So in such an area, there is no collection of chi, no life force energy. And because of that, in terms of Feng Shui, it's considered a negative Feng Shui. And his descendants and subsequently also affected negatively, as you can see, that's the end result.
The second place of visit was the burial place of Chiang Ching-kuo, the son of Chiang Kai-shek, also former president of Taiwan. He died in 1988 and was entombed at the Taoyuan Mausoleum not far from his father. During his lifetime, Chiang Ching-kuo led a simple life, but was unable to sustain the ruling power unlike his father. Find out next as Joe explains the reason how the land formations surrounding his burial place led to the loss of his power.
So basically, it's it's located in an extremely disadvantaged area where it is on the edge of almost a cliff, and right behind there was no supporting mountain, so there actually is not on one of those energy lines at all. So there were distant mountains in the far distance, but those are not the mountains that are connected to the location that we're talking about. So basically there's no effect there, there's basically no Feng Shui to talk about.
The third place of visit was the Taishan Public Cemetery, which was the final resting place for Lian Heng, the grandfather of Lian Zhan, the 9th Vice President of Taiwan, who ruled between 1996 and 2000. Lian Heng was a grand historic figure who penned many books such as the Taiwan General History, which is still in use today. His first son was Lian Zhentong, who was an active political member in the Chinese Nationalist Party. The participants learned about the special formation of a cow, where the chi was concentrated on the lip of a cow, which Joey pointed could be the reason behind the long political standing of his descendants.
In Feng Shui practitioners in the old days, They use animals' names, like this is a cow-shaped formation, that is a turtle-shaped formation, not because they ask you to put a cow or turtle inside the house. They're referring to the shapes of a mountain and the shapes of the land, the natural land formation. That is what they're referring to. So whenever the term the cow formation is formed, we are referring to an earth star, earth element, because imagine a cow sitting down, and the back of the cow, the head turns downwards, so it looks like an earth star. So basically, to have a nice, beautiful word, they call it the cow. If you want a technical term, it's actually an earth star. Okay, that's what it is.
After visiting these 3 places, we definitely learned one thing or two about how important it is to choose a right place of burial or even a real estate.
I always think that Feng Shui masters or Feng Shui practitioners are magicians. Any bad place you can fix. That same way I will tell people, are all disease curable? It's not possible. It's also not possible to buy good fortune. That's why in the home or in a house, you cannot just simply put stuff and make it good positive energy, because energy comes from the external environment. You got to be at that place. So hopefully you found a place that has a positive energy, and all you have to do is tap to it. This is why it's so important that location supersedes direction. Location supersedes interior decoration.
Catch more about this interesting excursion trip with Joey up next week.